It's all a wrap. It is over. The Dallas Cowboys have won the Super Bowl. All the proof is out there. All the proof, all that I have talked about with 23 for the last 6.5 years or so. They just scored 23 points today in the first preseason game. You know who has the Macho 23? It's Jaguars. It's Tempe. It's DAK's 23 touchdowns in the regular season is 23 passing touchdowns. It's Tempe, where the Cowboys last won the Super Bowl. It's over. Them boys, Jack attack. He is ready to go on fire. When you've lost your bro, when you've lost your mom like that, I'm telling you, something special is going to happen for Dak Prescott on the 42nd day of the year. It's lined up so perfect for Mike McCarthy to get the number one seed to win the Super Bowl. Jerry World is going to have its moment, its home field moment, 2-for-2 in a Super Bowl championship, continuing the Cowboy legacy in the new building. You got to be winning them games at home. And on top of that, they have more Super Bowls than the Eagles in that stadium. They have won more playoff games than the Eagles in that stadium. We're going to make it 2-for-2, are we? Now I remember. It was 2nd and 8. Boom. First down of the game for Tony Romo against Donovan McNabb in the Philadelphia Eagles. Yep, that's your 28 right there. Yep. Jaguars, 28 points. Yep, that's your 28 right there. That's 28 years later. These guys, they know what they're about to do. And that's why Michael Parsons is saying, we're about to win this. I like to feel that. I've been missing up there. I want to feel that. He is the toughest quarterback in the NFL. He's the toughest player in the NFL, Dak Prescott. You know how hard it is? Every single throw is scrutinized when you play quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. No quarterback position you are so scrutinized so much, even after a win or a loss, than the Dallas Cowboys. And that's why Tony Romo was such a great dude. He was such a great quarterback, but it comes with the territory. He takes the blame when it wasn't his fault because he had a bad O-line, he had bad play calls, everything. Tony Romo was surrounded by dysfunction, but he acted like he's a loser and a choker and everything above. But they hate the Cowboys. Everyone hate them boys. And so everyone's going to give you all of that surrounding energy. See, not only does Dak deal with that, dealing without Jace, he's dealing without Peggy. This guy's as mentally tough as they come. Losing a brother during a pandemic, too, when you're socially isolated. This guy is a warrior. Look at that ankle injury against the Giants. Look at the way how he come back to beat Tom Brady. That's a warrior right there. That's a quarterback that's going to take them hits. It's going to come in the trenches, and boom, it's going to grind it out. Running quarterback, calling my Patrick Mahomes can throw it. Yes, he can. He can throw. That's difference. Dak can throw. He's a pocket passer. He plays like a real quarterback. You know, he got to make the reads. That's what he about to do right now. I think the only thing missing, is to bring back Zeke Elliott. Then the mood, the vibe in the locker room. Oh, yeah, hey, what's up, old buddy? What's up, man? Yeah, you back, man, you back. That's the only thing missing, is bring back Ezekiel Elliott. That is my view. Bring this guy back. Bring back Dak's pal. And then you're all ready to go. They're not playing games. They can throw out the 28 and the 23 here. They know the sheep, the masses, are going to automatically discount the Cowboys. They've been programmed and wired. America's most hated team to lose at the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas. Las Vegas hosting the Super Bowl. Everyone's going to be emotional. I hate the Cowboys. The Cowboys got to lose on the big stage. Oh, they got to lose. I can't stand the Cowboys later in the Super Bowl. Let me bet the house and the mortgage and the monthly rent and the monthly payment on the garbage, most blasphemous Dallas Cowboys losing the Super Bowl. You can imagine what the public is going to think about them boys. Yeah, they could not beat Justin Herbert. They could not beat the Bills. Games the Cowboys are going to lose is automatically predictable. I think, 4-0, 5-0. Can they go 5-0? Losing the sixth game? Losing the Monday Night Football game, the Chargers? Niners don't, if they don't win that game, it's, they're not Brock Purdy, and some scrub-ass quarterback, and Josh Johnson right behind, right? That's the excuse. Wait till Brock comes back. Yeah, Brock Purdy, yeah, Brock Lesnar, yeah, Brock, WWE, yeah. They already be hyping the 49ers over the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, they cannot beat them before. They cannot beat them before. I saw the quarterback throw. He was purposely throwing bad passes all over the place in that divisional round game. I've seen him fall out against Tom Brady. I think he drove down. It's just Aaron Rodgers drove down in that game at Arlington. You see, DAK 7. And that's why the Cowboys' divisional round streak is going to end at 7. It'll be a comeback victory. It'll be a comeback victory in the divisional round of the playoffs. They'll come back and beat the 49ers. They'll end their championship window. Seahawks did during the Jim Harbaugh era. Dallas Cowboys about to end the 49ers championship window. Now you have a real rivalry again. San Fran and Green Bay, so one-sided. But now it's the Dallas Cowboys turn to flip their script. Can you imagine if the 49ers winning the regular season again? Everyone ready to say, it's San Fran, I'm pretty, yeah. Oh, Tom Brady, you Tom Brady, because Frank went against Tom Brady. They're the wrong idea about the 49ers. They will not win. That's why they're called Fool's Gold. Oh, God, you're the Niner. Oh. Used to be the gold rush, but the gold has dried up. There are no more gold mines to find. That's how it's rigged. That's how the Niners are so rigged. All their championships are rigged, and all their losing is rigged. Everything about the script is rigged. It's all symbolic, reminiscent with the gold rush. There's no job. This is the toughest job in the NFL is playing quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Every single week, even when it's not your fault, they say, oh, he sucked, he choked. Oh, he was brilliant the whole game. But that one play, that one snap, that one throw, oh, he sucks, he's a choker. That's what happened to Tony Romo. Well, I don't know. We'll see. It all depends about playing time, obviously. Rookies don't start out right away, but you got to forget about this team. They're going to be garbage. Derek Carr is going to be in the playoffs. The Raiders going to be the worst team in the league. They're losing the Broncos. Sure, donkeys are going to lose because, hey, they're starting running their mouths about Nathaniel Hackett. So because Sean Payton ran his mouth about him, that's early October, the Jets and the Broncos. That's going to be a tiebreaker game. So that's going to be a game where the Jets are going to win it. And that may very well be the difference between putting the Jets in the playoffs over the Broncos, and the Broncos season is going to end without any playoff berth. I watched my Cardinals last night, by the way. The Cardinals' second, third string defense, they were balling against the first team of Denver, but they're only playing the Raiders. They only playing the Raiders, and Adams is banged up, and Jacobs don't want to show up, and they ain't got no quarterback. And McDaniels is a joke in the Broncos. Hey, McDaniels beat him twice, but hey, now Denver, they'd be like, ha, told you about this ball. That's how the Broncos could beat the Raiders. Well, I mean, to the most blindest of squirrels out there, you know. Well, the NFL really hate the Raiders. Why not just give Derek Carr the Super Bowl at the Raiders Stadium, huh? Well, they're not going to give another championship to the Saints after what happened with Bountygate. The Saints are like cursed or whatever. Like they were trying to hurt players like that. You cannot survive looking to take shots at your own colleagues. So they never gonna win again. The Saints are never gonna win again after everything that happened with Bountygate. But he hangs in there, injuries, all that. It's not the only injury, the ankle injury against the Giants, which the ankle injury against the Giants is going to happen exactly. Well, let's just say Prescott went 2-3 in 2020. And then the Giants is 40 Gamache. And next thing you know, it's exactly 40 months later is February the 11th of 2024. Exactly 40 months from his ankle injury against the Giants. And that's who the Cowboys begin the season is against the Giants. And DAK, it's a shaming ritual for the deluded Giants quarterback who thought he was worth $40-50 million a year. He's going to be the one sucking. Dak Prescott's the one that's going to live up to the contract. But I think this Giants quarterback makes more than him, probably makes more than Patrick Mahomes. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Dak is going to absolutely outplay the living hell out of Daniel Jones. Whether or not if the Giants have a bad O-line this year or not, they've gotten better from the O-line. But as we saw, the Vikings defense is a joke. And anyone can look like an all-pro against the Vikings defense. They can throw around the 28 and the 23 because they know that, the Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl. Well, they've gotten better every year with Mike McCarthy. They missed the playoffs, injuries, blah blah. Second year, they make the wild card round. Third year, they make the divisional round. Fourth year, they're in the Final Four. They're in the Final Four. They're going to be one of the last teams in there this year. Stop it, after everything that happened with the brothers playing in the Super Bowl last year, how about two brothers on the same field at the same time? You know how lightning dope that be? You Trayvon Diggs and Stephon Diggs. Can't script any better. They're gonna play around with that script. But everyone's gonna cry, oh, it's all right for the Dallas Cowboys. But every single round they're predicting them to lose. It was all rigged. Why couldn't you predict the Cowboys to win? Oh, no, it's all rigged because the Cowboys they had to be rigged because they sucked all these years. Well, it was all rigged for the Cowboys again to be this bad. Easily losing the division for 3 straight years to a divisional rivals like 2011 to 2013. That was rigged. They planned that up until the last game of the season. And everybody watching America's team, the very last regular season game, week 17, 2011, 2013. One of the years Kyle Orton was quarterbacking against the Eagles. One of them was Robert Griffin. The Giants, they won the Super Bowl after beating the Cowboys. Eli against Tony, all that. So, all rigged against the Cowboys for all these years, right? Hey, they're a bunch of characters, but they're all a bunch of rigged characters. And now with Micah Parsons and DAK and all the crap that he had happened to him, and maybe Aaron Rodgers is arrogant over his head, whatever. Mike McCarthy going to win without Aaron Rodgers. He not the problem with Aaron Rodgers. Mike McCarthy going to win multiple championships. I don't think he's that bad of a coach. I mean, it was all rigged against Mike McCarthy again because they wanted the Seahawks going for the repeat against Tom Brady. So that's how it's rigged against Mike McCarthy. It was all rigged against Mike McCarthy when they wanted the Giants-Patriots Part 2. So it was rigged against the 15-1 Packers. It was rigged against Mike McCarthy all these years. It was. It was rigged against Mike McCarthy when they wanted the Falcons to play in the Super Bowl before they opened their new stadium. They won their farewell game at the Georgia Dome when they beat the Packers in 2017. So Mike can coach. He can. The stats don't lie. They didn't reach the ultimate goal. They've gotten better every single season. So you can't say that they're not playing for Mike McCarthy. These guys are playing for Mike McCarthy. They like playing for Mike. Dak sucks. He's not a finished product. Oh, he inherited Aaron Rodgers. Then this guy better get all the respect he deserves. Because Dak sucks, so Mike he can't coach. But which one is it? Which one is it? Dak can't coach. Prescott's good. He's being led by a guy over his head. Or is it that Mike McCarthy polished Dak Prescott? Didn't he throw his career high with Mike McCarthy? Do the Cowboys have all pro wide receivers? No, I don't think they don't. They don't have like the best wide receiver. They don't have Dez Bryant. They don't have Jason Witten over there. Clearly, when he threw 37 touchdowns in 2021, Mike McCarthy is really elevating Dak's game. So Mike can coach. He can. They underachieved, whatever, but those were the years that it was rigged against Green Bay. The G on the helmet, God. Play God. Oh, we were great in regular season all these years we can't win. Well, whatever. It's like a balance of good and bad, whatever. Good fortune, like misfortune, like black and white and masonry, all of that, right? Packers are a Masonic team. The team with the Masonic G, the only team owned by the fans, that gets as Masonic as it gets. I had 15 interceptions last year. Well, the tip drill is certainly true. For some of them, it's fault, yeah. But they did have the tip drills. Was one of the interceptions? Well, the interception at the goal line, that one didn't make sense at all. And maybe Tom Brady really did rig his interception in the red zone because his went straight to the Dallas Cowboys defender. It was on purpose because there's a narrative to sell with Dak that he sucks and he chokes, all that. But this guy is just not going to lose when he gets on the big stage after what happened to his bro and his mom. It's the DAK attack. Them boys in the DAK attack about to win the Super Bowl. This is the year where the first team to win the Super Bowl since Tom Brady's retirement. If NFL really sucks Tom Brady's dick, it's going to be the team that ended Tom Brady. They win the first Super Bowl without Tom Brady in the NFL. The black quarterback don't win no Super Bowl. Russell Wilson did. Yeah, Black Patrick Mahomes, he won a Super Bowl. Maybe not full-blooded black quarterbacks. They don't want to win the Super Bowl. That's kind of good news for Kyler Murray. Kind of bad news for Lamar Jackson. If you ever get the electric running them guns, Lamar and Murray in the Super Bowl. Especially the NFC sucks. Cardinals are easily, if they're in the AFC, they would stay the chance. But when you're in the NFC, yeah, you are. The Bears are proven to be mediocre. There's no Breeze, no Rodgers, there's no Tom Brady. There is no Russell Wilson. We can't forget Russell Wilson. Even Carson Palmer, a guy who almost threw. He was at 280 touchdowns. He was close to 300 touchdowns. That's how much Matthew Stafford has passed or whatever. You can consider Matt Stafford a loss. Like, there's all of the elite quarterbacks in the NFC, they ain't no longer there. Or if you're Matt Stafford, you're no longer playing on an elite level. Because the concussions, whatever, is going to fuck him over a little bit. And he's taking a beating in Detroit, all that, and a late playoff run, whatever. Well, I'll gladly bet the Redskins week one. Well, I think Cardinals have a chance against the Giants. So, yeah, they're losing the Cowboys week 3. They're losing the Cowboys. That stadium's going to be full of Dallas fans anyways. I mean, Cowboys returned to the place where they won the Super Bowl. I mean, it would work out perfectly to be 3-0, at the place where they won Super Bowl 30, to be 3-0 in the season, right? I'm taking the boys all the way against my Cardinals that week. I'll be watching them, like I say, the Cardinals that week. So I'll be taking Dallas. So understand, Mike McCarthy is who we thought he was. Brett Favre was 8-8. He had over 20 interceptions. Mike McCarthy was the reason why Brett Favre had a really great season in 2007. Led the Packers to the NFC Championship game, was kind of rejuvenated. Allowed Brett to continue to play. Kind of play with Adrian Peterson with the Vikings, whatever. Because Jets don't really have good wide receivers or anything of that nature. But Dak is ready. He is ready for the occasion. He's played 28 games since his ankle injury, but entering the season. Too perfect. Too perfect to be true. 23 touchdowns. Who's only 23 touchdowns? Well, the sacrifice for Dak, which I think it's happening or organically. Like, it's not some cabal that kills his mom or brother, whatever. Like, it can happen organically. And in my view, this is happening organically. Shit happens. It happens. And the perfect example, like, COVID, my my sister passed away, and her birthday is in June 25th, and her name equals Annie De Lorenzi, and the day that she passed was 151 days after her birthday, and her name equals 151. So my point is that these things happen organically. It's a God code. It's a organic code. So don't just go with the automatic assumption that Kabal killed Dak's mom and killed Dak's brother. Like, it can happen organically. Whatever the creator of the universe intended, creator of the universe has intended to happen. So it happened to Dak. He's about to gain something greater out of all of this, everything that's happened to his family. I guarantee it. I've seen Dak play. We have to be objective. You got to see that, hey, the defense and Dak and Mike McCarthy, all that, they're putting this all together. And truly, for me, the NFC is weaker. The Cowboys have improved their season result every year with Mike McCarthy, so they've gotten better every season. It doesn't matter record-wise. Just what matters which round you are at the end of the year. You're getting better on a round-per-round basis. Yeah, they won't beat the AFC in the regular season. They won't beat Herbert. They won't beat Allen. There's a narrative to sell with Dallas when they enter this Super Bowl. Can't beat the best that are playing the other conference. Jalen Hurts is great. He couldn't beat Patrick Mahomes. What's happened to Jalen Hurts this year? He can't beat Patrick Mahomes? Or if he's playing at the Chargers, yeah, I think they do play the Chargers. Yeah, that'd be interesting too if the Eagles can't manage to beat the Chargers as well, especially if the Chargers beat both. But it's on. Cowboys are ready. You see this happen the preseason game. Because, it's a preseason game. Let me wait till September. Then they're not paying attention to the preseason box scores. And the Cowboys are not going to win the Super Bowl. Well, the Giants missed the playoffs. I think they won the Super Bowl. I think it is. Well, the Ravens went 1-5 or so down the stretch, and they ended up winning the Super Bowl with Ray Lewis. The Cowboy, no Tyreek Hill. No Tyreek Hill. Bad ankle. Chiefs won the Super Bowl. There won't be automatics every year, but there'll be some years where, hey, you got to go outside the box a little bit, and this is one of these years. But anyway, I think the Cowboys get the number 1 seed because I like the 4-2 for Mike McCarthy in his postseason record. Well, for Mike and DAK, I should say Mike McCarthy's postseason record keep race during his time with Dallas Cowboys. So again, the Cowboys-Eagles series. The Eagles win the first game at Philly. The Cowboys win the second one. The Cowboys, they win the NFC Championship game. The Eagles, America's team, America, the Eagle, the CEO of America, everyone all rooting for the Eagles, whatever, and the star takes over. Buffalo's America's sweethearts. Damar Hamlin and Buffalo against the Cowboys. The Eagles could beat the Cowboys and deny the NFC title. It's going to be Damar Hamlin. It's so Buffalo. It's about that time, Buffalo. It's about that time up now. And that's what you could do. What you do, Hamlin the championship next year. Next year, Damar Hamlin. Look for him. It ain't about a Super Bowl. He's every single day. This guy is lucky to be alive. For real, man. It's about perspective for this dude. He's just lucky to be living and share the story, all that. Bigger things, I believe. Damar Hamlin would like to win a Super Bowl. Don't get me wrong, but there's bigger things that matter more for Damar Hamlin. But anyway. The Damar Hamlin psyop, and you've got the Diggs brothers in the Super Bowl. I mean, that's how you know the WWE show is on right there. Not the two brothers, not on the field at the same time because they both play offense. The Kelsey brothers. We talking about Diggs and Diggs lined up across each other, face to face, facing each other on the field at the same time. If you don't follow football, if you are casual, you want to know what the fairy tale is about. Like, look at the two brothers last year. Well, what is the story this year? Like, I don't know anything there. But all two brothers on the field are interested, right? They got a story for the people who do not know all the players. The only football game they watch is the Super Bowl. All the brother coaches, all that. If we do see Trayvon against Stephon Diggs, the NFL thinks the fans are, to put it bluntly, retarded. I mean, they copied the brother coaches, the Jim Harbaugh and John Harbaugh, right? Then we saw Kelsey. Is Diggs next? Ha! Don't get me started now. Did I mix up their names? Okay, Stephon played for the Vikings. The Vikings, a team the Raiders beat in their first Super Bowl victory, and he can play at the stadium of the Raiders. He used to play with the Vikings, who the Raiders defeated in their first championship, Super Bowl 11, with the OG, John Madden. A very young coach at 32, but these coaches are too young. But Mike McCarthy going to win a Super Bowl. He beat the Steelers, Cowboys last championship against the Steelers. He won the Super Bowl at the Cowboys Stadium. He's about. You cannot name an NFL coach who has won Super Bowls with two different organizations. I think Mike McCarthy will be the first to win Super Bowls on two different organizations. Mike McCarthy's in the NFL. One last great season for Brett Favre. He won a championship with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers could not win the Super Bowl without Mike McCarthy. So if you're going to say he sucks, why didn't the Packers win the Super Bowl? Well, obviously because he's rigged. But then again, that's why Mike McCarthy, his name is going. And then he polishes up Dak Prescott. Well, Aaron Rodgers wasn't exactly Aaron Rodgers when Mike McCarthy became a coach. So he can coach. And Mike is going to pass Mike Holmgren on the day of the Super Bowl. He's going to pass Mike Holmgren for playoff victories. He'll pass Tom Coughlin. He's going to pass Mike Holmgren. Mike Holmgren, he won the Super Bowl with Green Bay. He failed to win the Super Bowl with Seattle. But then this is where Mike McCarthy is going to win a Super Bowl with two different organizations. The NFL did rig it for Jerome Bettis heading back to his hometown of Detroit. So that's why we don't see Mike Holmgren winning Super Bowls for two different organizations. But Mike McCarthy will. Mike McCarthy will this time around. I mean, the Giants suck. The Cowboys going to blow these guys out of the water. The Giants may feel good that we made the playoffs last year, whatever. This tough division. So, they may play overconfidently, whatever. But then again, this is a whole different year. But then it's not a whole different year where the Cowboys suck really bad the next year under Mike McCarthy. They get better every single year. Andy Reid finds a way to be consistent on a year-to-year basis. Mike McCarthy consistently makes it to the playoffs like Andy Reid does. He is consistently putting the Cowboys at 10 wins, getting them in the playoffs. He's improved the season result every single year. And don't tell me Mike McCarthy's a scrub coach after he win the Super Bowl this year. He can coach. He can. Let's see you do a better job than Mike McCarthy. I ain't got no nickname for him. McCheese, whatever. What's his nickname? Big Dick swinging, Big D swinging, Big Dallas swinging, especially with all the prostitution in Las Vegas, the Big D swinging. Not just entertainment capital, but not just the silver helmet and the silver thing. Big Dick looking for some prostitute in Las Vegas. We like Tony Pollard, the cornerback, best cornerback in the league, best pass rusher in the league, best running back, Ezekiel Elliott. Why do people hate on Zeke so much? I have no clue. Why do they hate on Ezekiel Elliott so much? This is a perplexing mystery. Why do they hate on this guy so much? He has proven to me that he still picks up results every year. So what are they doing exactly? Bringing down the price of the running back. But hey, results, only one season has Zeke Elliott played less than 15 games. But he's hurt. The end race over the hill. But he shows me he's like Frank Gore. He's like Barry Sanders. He's like Adrian Peterson. Durability. 1,631 yards, 983. That 10-game season. The only game that he didn't play that he played less than 15 games. And 1,434 rushing yards, 1,357, 979. He had less carries, whatever. But even with not as many carries, the 300 carries, he still got 979 yards. 1,002 yards, 876 yards. Why is this guy not signed? Why is he not signed yet? Results speak for itself. This Freemasonic, this NFL brotherhood, fraternity, whatever you want to call it, the owners are colluding. No team is allowed to sign Dak Prescott. This motherfucker, Jerry Jones, born at LA, the site of the NFC's last Super Bowl victory, is going to get this guy at a discount. And this guy, maybe 1 year, he gets the contract, whatever. He can win the Super Bowl and join another team. He can stay with the Cowboys and he can play with him for life. And the Cowboys give him this big contract like he's Emmitt Smith. This dude about to be Emmitt Smith. He's been disrespected. He can't do this. He can't do that. Right at minute mark 34, 33, the stats don't lie. He's not injury-prone running back. Oh, my God. A good two-man system. Tony Pollard and Zeke. You draft running backs. Injuries happen. You always want to have insurance. You're getting insurance. But he's been getting results. How is this guy not signed yet? Collusion. Jerry is getting this guy on pennies of a fraction of his old deal. And he's playing with his best friend, Dak Prescott, the Dak attack. Dip balls, Dak attack. I thought he'd be signed right now because he needs the preseason games, whatever. Whatever, Jerry Jones. He don't care. He knows these stars are not playing these preseason games. Well, unless if you're in a new system, whatever, like Russell Wilson. But then again, Aaron Rodgers hasn't been playing. Well, he's older in age. But then again, so is Russell Wilson. Jerry probably thinks he doesn't need the reps because he already knows the system, all this. Probably doing Zeke a favor by not playing the regular season, playing the preseason games. It's just a matter of greed. It's about driving the price even further from what his market value would be in August, all the way down to September, even halfway through the year. Why do we get the feeling that this dude ain't done yet? He's going to find a role to grow in. See, Ezekiel, a biblical name. He's got it. He still got it. He ain't done this yet. All by design. Collusion, manufactured supply, demand of Ezekiel's services. Jerry wants to make this dude motivated for 1 year. You want this guy to be motivated. He's playing for his next contract. He's got to play. He has an incentive to play. He has an incentive to run hard like hell. So I think it's a brilliant idea. It's only a brilliant master plan if Zeke does sign with the Cowboys. It's only a brilliant master plan if he signs with the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, a kid from Boise State or something, wasn't it? I do like Tony. I like him. He's great. He ran harder than Zeke last year. Maybe Jerry Jones not happy with what he's doing. Maybe he wants to see a little bit more from Zeke. And by the way, you hear all this stuff. Oh, he threw 2 interceptions in practice, whatever. The Cowboys have an all-world beater defense. I think it's going to really accelerate DAK Prescott's he's gonna have to. He will have to. Well, it'll just make him be a better quarterback that he's going through all this competition. And that's the way how I see it. Cowboys will win the Super Bowl. Prescott's gonna be brilliant. The system's in place. The NFL knows it. The Cowboys know it. The fans think they're a joke, but the Cowboys have gotten better every single year. They've not done worse than their end season result for the last three years. But I got Miles by championship game. But they're slowly getting the results. You just cannot ignore it. You just can't. Besides, time is yet for Buffalo. You got to win the new stadium right before or after. It doesn't happen. Cardinals, they made the Super Bowl right after the Glendale Stadium opened. 49ers made the Super Bowl before Levi's opened. Seattle Stadium opened 2002. They made it 2005, whatever. They won a Super Bowl 2014, whatever. And right after they opened the stadium, they won. The Giants Stadium, it opened. New York Giants won the Super Bowl 2011 right after it opened. New York Jets, they were making the playoffs, whatever. AFC Championship games right after the stadium opened. I think after it opened, the Jets stopped with Rex Ryan. Minnesota Vikings, they made an AFC Championship game. He lost to Eagles right after they opened the new stadium, right? What about the Raiders? You ain't seen nothing yet. Cowboys are just America's team, so they really don't need financial support to finance the stadium by having the Cowboys in the NFC Championship game. So the Cowboys are an outlier as far as new stadium goes. But the Rams' new stadium, yeah, they won. We'll also open the new stadium. Yeah, Falcons' new stadium. Yeah, they made the Super Bowl against the Patriots, right? There's endless examples. But the Colts' new stadium, yeah, they had the Peyton Manning era. Just think of my NFL divisions. Yeah, there are quite a bit of examples. Even the Jets count as an example that they went on deep runs, even though they didn't win. Are the Commanders going to get out of that dump with the new ownership? I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see. Well, Detroit Lions, they haven't done shit in that new stadium, whatever. Diggs equals 28. That's what I remember. When you do the research, like all the way out in advance, it's been like a few months, whatever, or a few years or whatever. You got to go watch that shit again and see if there's anything that you forgot from the time that you made those observations and those connections. But nothing has changed. Dallas Cowboys are winning the Super Bowl. They're ready for it. DAK is ready for it. This is the toughest job in the NFL. It's not a head coaching job, but is quarterbacking the Dallas Cowboys and dealing with their own fans, these fickle fans who want success. And they hated Tony. They hated Tony too. There have been some rational Cowboy fans who know that it wasn't all Tony's fault, but that's what you get when you're an LA Lakers fan. When you're a Dallas Cowboys fan base. When you're the Yankees fan base. The Yankee fans say, "Oh, Aaron Judge wasn't worth the contract." See, that's why Dallas Cowboys quarterback position is the toughest in the league. But he's done a great job with this, as far as I can tell. He's done a great job with it. lost his mom. He lost his brother. Dak Prescott, that's a guy that you cannot hate Dak Prescott. You just can't. You can just dislike him because he plays for the Cowboys, but you cannot hate the button. The tribal instincts, the tribal hooliganistic instincts. That was the lose. Fuck Dak Prescott. Like what the asshole Philly fan would say. Even though I don't like the Cowboys, right? I'm not a fan of the Cowboys. I'm not a fan of these dicks. Flooding the Cardinals Stadium like that. But how much nobody's suck. That shit do happen in real life, man. But Dak is going to ball, and this guy deserves a championship. Honestly, he deserves a championship. He deserves a championship on a humanity level, on a level as a human being. What happened with him, and what you can emphasize with, he deserves a championship. It's like, hey, the football god smiled on this guy, and Peggy and Jace, they're smiling above. It's all good. Master plan in action. For Dak, the blood has been shed, but the glory is happening for him very soon. And you may be skeptical, whatever. What the fuck is this dude talking about? But they've done better every year. And the only thing that's perplexing to me is, Zeke again. But then it's just going to come to economics and salary cap space and supply and demand. So I still like the brother to be back with the team. It happen next couple of weeks, whatever. Is he going to slowly increase his workload? All the midweek talk shows. It's, how much carries is he going to have this week? It just don't make sense, man, that this guy is Dak's best friend and he's not on the team. He's got to be back at some point. But there clearly is a plan. But I just think that on a cryptic, cynical level that these guys are trying to get this shit don't happen without collusion between the rest of the owners. That the script is Dak is going to go back to Dallas. You're not allowed to sign this guy. He never had a chance to sign with the Eagles. Never had a chance to. He went to New England. But he was never going to sign with New England. He never had a chance with the Bengals. Never had a chance with the Rams. He's going back to Dallas. The narrative is Zeke don't have it, but he's out to prove it. But then the stats already say that Zeke is going to ball and produce. Shit does happen. You are going to get injured a year, but never, ever, ever has the dude played single-digit games. So he is Frank Gore. He is Frank the Tank. He is Barry Sanders. He is AP. You guys got to be on drugs. You don't want Zeke Elliott back on the Cowboys? Fans really believe, did they really listen to everything that these pundits say? I mean, they don't look at the stats. They don't. Clearly has a lot left in the tank. He beat fucking Tom Brady. Is it one last year to suck Tom Brady's dick and the team that Brady ends up losing to end up winning the Super Bowl, right? I mean, literally. It's right in front of us. Right in front of us. Right in front. We're not going back. We're going forward. After today, it's like, damn, they're really throwing that 28 and 23 out in front of our face. What they got in store for us in week 1, huh? 35 points. Tom Brady, Dak Prescott. Mahomes, 35 career postseason touchdowns. I can see the Cowboys scoring 35 points in week 1. I can see 35. I already can make a prediction. I will make a video on the Cowboys week 1 that's going to say everything that's about to go down. I really don't care if you laugh at the Cowboys, okay? You're not supposed to believe in the Cowboys. You're supposed to be hating on them. Las Vegas evil. They're wicked. They're evil. They are. That's what they sing it in their heads. We are rooting for the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl. It's gonna happen in Las Vegas, mafia style. It does feel good. You want to feel good about Darwin Hamlin winning the Super Bowl. You want to feel good about the brother winning a championship the very next year. I want to feel good about the suffering fans of Buffalo. How many of them are still living from the 90s? The ones that are 30 or whatever, younger. The ones that are older, yeah, they never get to see it. It's just a prolonged wait. This guy's going to ball for another 10 years, Josh Allen. They are going to win the championship at some point. You know, all the postseason heartbreak, whatever they are, bound to win a championship at some point. But it's not going to happen right now. It's not going to happen this soon. But it will happen at some point. Got to go see the best textbook examples of teams losing the Super Bowl. They make it back to win. It just doesn't happen. But see, that would be climatic. That'd be legendary if they get over losing a Super Bowl. I mean, McNabb never made it back after losing the Super Bowl. I mean, Cam Newton never made it back after losing. Matt Ryan never did. Well, Kurt Warner, he's still bald, but he was old. He got a concussion. This guy's the GOAT. He had more touchdowns and incompletions in the playoff game. This guy is my GOAT. I swear to God, he got the GOAT. He beat Aaron Rodgers. Anyone who says Aaron Rodgers, no. Warner was clutch. This guy won a Super Bowl if the defense didn't choke at the end. Kurt Warner's a baller. Anyway, Cowboys will win the Super Bowl, right? I can see 5-0, 4-1, whatever. There are some conditions that have to be met by the 49ers. Brock Purdy on the field, not on the field, whatever. Week 5 will be interesting. I think we'll be live for that game. And the Cowboys do get the Jets, too. They get the Aaron Rodgers. Did the Cowboys get the Jets? Mike McCarthy does get these guys. But do the Jets beat the Bills? I don't know. You know, you can see ESPN, the Jets, Super Bowl contenders, they beat the Bills, blah, blah, blah. Everyone starts discounting the Bills because, the Diggs brothers, they all mad in training camp. It will be a game to pass on, I think. If the Jets beat the Bills on a short week, the Jets are losing to the Cowboys. I will probably pick the Jets over the Bills in week 1, even though I have the Bills making the Super Bowl. I'll pick the Jets. I mean, Jets did beat the Bills with Zach Wilson at quarterback. So, not impossible for them to win. New York media is going to really wow the pressure on these guys. But not everyone can be Joe Cool, Broadway Joe Namath. Not just Joe Cool, Joe Montana, Broadway Joe. Joe Namath, the OG that merged the AFL and the NFL. Joe Montana, the winningest quarterback in the history of the league, whatever. You can see all these things end up being, But yeah, white supremacist rituals do happen. But the thing is DAK plays like a white quarterback. He steps back and throws. He's got to make reads. He's got to go through progressions. He can't just escape with his legs all the time. So in a way, he does play like a white quarterback. As a half white, half black quarterback, he does play like a white quarterback. That's why he's one of the textbook examples of the future quarterbacks to win the Super Bowl that will be a man of color. It will be Dak Prescott. And win the Super Bowl, he will indeed. He's a tough hombre. He's still here. He's still here. He hears bullshit on an annual basis. Still grinding. Still going. That desperado, this dude gonna go out and prove everyone wrong next year. He's a desperado. That's what he's about to be next year. I 100% will take Dak Prescott over Jalen Hurts any day of the week. Any day of the week. Everything that Philly done last year don't mean shit if the Cowboys win the Super Bowl. You play to win. It's not just about making the Super Bowl, win the division, whatever. You have to win. Just win, baby. Just fucking win, baby. Just win. The Cowboys win the Super Bowl. That goes all the way. It's fierce. It's tight. The tension's real. We're here again. Who gets the grand prize? The Niners and Harbaugh or Pete Carroll and the Seahawks? One team got the prize. One team, they window ended. That's what we're about to see with the Eagles and the Cowboys. Only one team going to get that prize. The Cowboys are closer than you think. They're about to take that all the way. They're coming. They're coming. Niners a joke team. Cowboys had it. Riddle here. Mantle here. 28th state. The oil state. The rich state of oil. The silver element. The silver state. Nevada. The 36th state. And the 36th state admitted to the union. It's coming. Cowboys fans! It's a bad time to be a hater of the Cowboys. I'm a hater of the Cowboys. A hater is about to get burned by the books and by gods. Cowboys, 3 decades. Is a team with the Cowboys really going to go 3 decades without a championship? Go 2 decades without a championship, but 3 decades? The Dallas Cowboys. Them boys! Darkator! They're coming! As soon as anything, brought to you by Magical Dome NFL and Dak Prescott and the celebral moment Mike McCarthy passed Mike Hogan. He does win a championship with 2 different organizations. It's not Aaron Rodgers. It's for real. It's for real. Mike McCarthy wins the Super Bowl. Jim Harbaugh get his ass to the NFL right now. This motherfucker win 2 championships. This guy need to go up to the directors. To the temptation. Did you see that team? NFC Champs game, Super Bowl NFC Champs game. Jim Harbaugh need to get to the other team. Gotta show you the best. You need to go to the data. Get the Caleb Williams and go to the next year. That's what we talking. Oh, this guy went to, it's an ego. This guy not better than me. He won a championship with the Aaron Rodgers and the Dallas Cowboys. That's what Jim Harbaugh need to be saying at the back of his mind. Mike McCarthy wins the Super Bowl. This guy to send this guy to the NFL. And maybe they're wrong. Maybe they do bring him over after a year with the worst team. Ain't got no choice. Pissed off fan base. You have to just win and bring in Jim Harbaugh to the only one choice. Man, the Granite. You have to see where part 1 happened first. Start with that. Mob, the Duck Attack.